Well, that's the end of that flower patch. We go through a cycle where we have maybe 3 flower patches in the system at any one time. One will be in full production, producing good quality blooms. The second one will be smaller plants which still need to mature. And then the third patch is normally seedlings. Staggered like that, at any one time, we'll have one full patch in full bloom, and then as that starts to drop off in the quality of the flowers, the second flower patch is normally producing quite solidly, and then that cycles again to the seedlings, which then become the main patch. So it goes round in a circle. So at this point, this was the main flower patch, but it was starting to reduce in the volume of the blooms. Well, sorry, not the volume of the blooms, the quality and the size of the blooms. They were getting much, much smaller, and there was a lot more rejects, a lot more flowers that were, how do you say, they were kind of loose petaled and malformed. The good quality ones are a consistent shape of leaf and structure right the way through. And so once we get to that stage, we find that then we start to suffer diseased plants where they get a browning of the flowers, which spreads through the bush, and then the plant dies. So really, once we get to that level and the plants become diseased, we've normally stopped at that point. At that point, we've normally stopped harvesting from those ones. Now that's what's happened here. They got to a point where diseased flowers were arriving and spread quite quickly throughout that whole one crop. The solution is the second patch, which is over there, and you can see Talony is over there tending to those flowers now. She does a bit of weeding and sorting and looks for bad plants, etc. But she's got the solar pump pumping a lot of water into there too at the moment. But that's now the main patch. That's where the flowers are coming from. Now this patch, as you saw, I went through and I cut it. You know the reason I cut it? It was beyond its use by date, and cut it down and put it to the ground, and the flowers have sat here now for a day and a half. Flowers, the plants, and just drying in the sun. It happens quite quickly. And then I go through and we rake them up, and it is necessary to burn them. That will put nutrients and things back into the soil. It'll get rid of all of this mess that we've got to get rid of anyway, but it'll also kill any of the bad bacteria and stuff which manifests in those plants, the reasons why we actually cut them down. So what do you call it? So now these are all raked up, and that burning will happen. So the cycle continues. It's sad to see them go. Each one probably had, 50% of the blooms were okay. So probably 10 to 15,000 blooms had to go, along with the ones which were diseased. But we'll start with a clean slate. We'll burn this, tractor will come, it'll turn and mix the soil again. Talony will go through with a cultivator and make the rows. We'll flood it with water for a short while, and then seedlings will arrive, which will then be put back in, and this will be the seedling patch, and back in the cycle again, 3 patches running. That's the way it works, guys. Thanks for watching. It's just a quick update, and by all means please subscribe, and comments great. You may have some expertise in this area you might like to add. That'd also be great. So questions too, yeah, by all means. Whatever little knowledge I have of this, I'm certainly willing to share with you. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch up with you next time.